Everybody knows that I'm breaking down. Everybody knows I ain't faking now. Everybody knows my heart's vacant now. Yeah, she hates me now, I made mistakes, but now I don't ever wanna be alone. I don't really ever feel at home. On my own, in the zone, that's the only way I know. Feeling low, about to blow back up. Here I won't ever let the doubt creep in. Gotta pop a couple more aspirin. I don't think I'll ever let you in. Easier to break it off as friends. I don't really understand myself. I don't really understand, need help. I don't wanna be left on the shelf. Couldn't even hear me if I yelled. It's so cold outside, I'm alone, I'm alright. It's so cold outside, I'm alone, I'm alright. It's so cold. Break down, always feel like I could break now, but I never let it.
Hello guys, welcome back to another video, and today we have what if Naruto had Red Demon's Dragon and what if Sasuke had Stardust Dragon. Well, technically in the dub it's called Red Dragon Arch Thing. Well, the picture I have is Scarlet Red Dragon Arch Thing, but I just put Red Demon's Dragon in the title because it sounded cooler. Anyways, for the unissued on who these two dragons are, I guess I'll give a quick explanation. And okay, for those who have never seen Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds, summing up the plot, basically, there are these 5 special cards called Designer Dragons, and the two I just showed you that are basically born for the Crimson Dragon, at least in the anime. The manga, it's a completely different story. There are 6 signers, and 6 different dragons. But here we're only be using 5 since I couldn't think of anything for 1. Here are the pictures of the 6 dragons we'll be using, except for I'll be using the Scarlet Dragon or Red Demon's Dragon. Yeah, I'm just gonna call them Red Dragon Arch Theme instead of this art right here, because Scarlet looks much cooler. So, as you know, there is the Stardust Dragon, the Black Rose Dragon, Ancient Fair Dragon, who will also not be featuring in this one, Black Winged Dragon, and Livestream Dragon. Otherwise called these Designer Dragons, as they belong to 6 different characters in the series who are all signers. Not to go in too much into the plot, but basically I'll be trying to adapt their abilities as best as I can to the Naruto world. Yeah. Anyways, with that very long explanation out of the way, let's get straight into the fun stuff in the actual what little story I wrote down. Okay, starting our story off with Naruto. His childhood basically remains the same, with one difference. One day he'll happen to stumble upon the card called Scarlet Red Dragon Arch Thing. Whatever. And so we'll keep the card close to him, very dear to, basically making the card very dear to him. I was like another person. Around this time, a day after, before I really don't care, Sasuke would find Stardust Dragon. Yeah, more on that later. Adapting their abilities as best as I could. Saying again, Scarlet Red Dragon Arch Theme. I'm just gonna call him Red Dragon Arch Theme. Yeah, I'll call him Scarlet. Scarlet Red Dragon Arch Theme basically has extreme, fire powers. Being the strongest of the Designer Dragons, at least in terms of attack points. Basically that thing has extreme fire powers and is very violent and destructive. And to power scale these dragons, although I really shouldn't, let's just put them on the level of B-Juice. Stardust Dragon being much more defensive though, still would be powerful, but as I said before, much more defensive, and would basically use its wings as shield, and also basically has self-destruct and would cause heavy damage to its opponents. I'd also be going for about a good, 3 minutes. Of course, not leaving the other Signer Dragons out, they will all go off and they'll also exist in this world eventually to come into play later, finding their own masters. Black Wing to describe their powers very quickly. Life Saver Dragon, since it doesn't, well, it can't heal, but just to give it something besides healing. Ironically, the second strongest dragon, Signer Dragon, in terms of attack points. Besides healing, has wind powers too, cause why not? Black Rose Dragon is just another very destructive thing, and can basically control plants, cause why not? Great Deadly Roses, Black Winged Dragon absorbs basically a certain amount of damage his user would take till all of his wings ready to turn black or white, and then releases the damage. Something like the Pokemon move Bide. Great. So we're all in agreement on their abilities for later, so I don't have to explain it in part. I don't know how many this is going to take, 9, 10 parts. But now that we're clear on every dragon's ability, there is no other dragon, nothing ancient. Move on to where the first dragon would be somewhere about at the time of the Uchiha Massacre. About the time Sasuke tries and fights Itachi. So this dragon card would appear from Sasuke's pocket and start glowing, as it would summon the Stardust Dragon. Actually summon it. Itachi the Stardust Dragon basically began attacking Itachi. He would try to place it under Genjutsu, however this wouldn't work. It'd be immune. So Itachi would try using a fireball jutsu, a great fireball jutsu. However, the dragon would cover itself with its wings and easily block the attack. This dragon, I believe its attack was called Shooting Sonic, don't quote me on that, would attack Itachi with that. After Itachi would use Crow Substitution, it would basically get away, like a cannon, leaving. Akatsuki. Okay, on to our other main character, at least in this story. Basically, Naruto, it follows the same beats he did in the story, and so still fails the graduation exams, and the whole Mizuki situation happens. A change would occur when Naruto would come back to, of course, fight Mizuki. Much like Sasuke, Scarlet Red Dragon Archsteam would arrive out of Naruto's pocket and, start glowing as Scarlet Red Dragon Archsteam himself would appear in all his cool looking glory. Let me look at the thing. And basically lighting its arm on fire, the one with the metal looking thing, and would basically put a giant hole in Mizuki's chest. And will launch a giant fire blast from its mouth, basically burning Mizuki to about a 50-degree burns, let's say, which I just made up on the spot. 10th degree burns, I don't know how high degree burns go. Do I sound like a doctor? And so that would about end that situation with Mizuki being left near death. Who really cares about Mizuki? Do any of you even remember Mizuki? Anyways, hopping straight into where another change will happen would be the bell test. Like in canon, Naruto basically stays to fight Kakashi. Before it begins, fails, then comes out immediately to fight him as soon as it starts. Immediately summoning Red Dragon Archsteam for backup, it'll begin battling Kakashi and easily overwhelming him in terms of strength, with Kakashi having to use tricks, is jutsu, what do I call it, tactics to get around Red Dragon Archsteam, Scarlet Red Dragon Archsteam. Naruto would also use shadow clones too, and would use these in tandem with Scarlet Red Dragon Archsteam's flame attacks to really put pressure on Kakashi. Kakashi would eventually use the substitution jutsu to get away and hide somewhere in the forest. However, Scarlet Red Dragon Archsteam would end up releasing a giant flame attack that will burn down the entire forest. The entire place now looking like this, the two would continue battling. Kakashi would be getting overwhelmed. Sasuke, after recovering from taking that Actually, Stardust Dragon would luckily have appeared in front of Sasuke to defend him from attack ever Sakura would she'd be alive. That's all I gotta say. And so Sasuke would send Stardust Dragon to attack Kakashi. Kakashi, now fading, the two dragons will be completely overwhelmed by them, although they would be working together and would actually be hitting each other during the battle. But Kakashi still wouldn't be able to use that to his advantage. And so Naruto and Sasuke would be able to take the bells from Kakashi in this timeline thanks to the help of their two powerful dragons. However, not using teamwork, he just have, since there is no pole to tie someone to, just them sit in the wasteland looking place, and Sakura doesn't eat lunch. Naruto and Sasuke feed her, proving teamwork, and the team is able to pass. From here, the prologue to the Land of the Waves arc would about end the same, and with that, hopefully you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and most importantly, see y'all next time. Also, may I add another original idea for me?